A very good morning to all of you logging in from Europe, and very good afternoon, evening in Asia. It's a pleasure to see you again at the first peer-to-peer session of the ASEF Classroom Network School collaboration. So we planned for a 1-hour session for today for you. The three of us, you know Jyoti very well, who have been hosting the previous webinars for you, and Angie, who is always here with us to support with emails and Zoom and background and organizing everything, and myself, who am a very, very proud honorary member of the ASEF ClassNet team.
But very important one.
So some admin notes before we get started. If we could please kindly ask all of you to rename yourself if you have not done so yet, to display your first name, last name, and then your country. This will also help the discussions in the breakout rooms later. This is a meeting, a Zoom meeting, so you can speak up anytime if you want, but we kindly ask you to indicate your intention to speak up by raising your hands first, and then we will invite you to take the floor. And also today, this is a meeting where we encourage everyone to turn your videos on, because there will be several breakout room discussions, so you can interact with each other better. So today, the session format, we embark with you on the team learning phase. The purpose of this session is really to break the ice a little bit, to get to know the participants, because you might have seen each other on the Zoom calls and might be familiar with some names. But today we give you much more time to also talk to each other in breakout rooms. And Jyoti kindly prepared also some exercises for you that will help the conversations going. And we will also look into your takeaways from the previous webinars. But before we get started, let's do a program refresher. Where are we now in this learning journey? What has been completed and what's in front of us? Just a quick check-in to see where are we in this learning journey. Jyoti.
Thank you, Rekha. So welcome everyone to the team learning phase. Congratulations for successfully completing the self-learning phase. So as you can see, we are done with the webinar. So 4 of them are out of our way. So yay. And today we have the first peer-to-peer session. So that's why you can see a ... And because we begin today. And then after the peer-to-peer session, we will embark on the action learning phase, where you will have 2 sessions. One check-in sessions regarding your team. And then the other one is the first summary draft feedback session. And then you have 2 key deadlines. So these are big deadlines, not the small exercise ones. One on the first summary draft of your innovative teaching practice, and the other one is the final submission. So let me just quickly walk you through the detailed program. So from here, you can see we are done till the 5th of them. And then today we are starting the peer-to-peer session. And then you have remaining 4 sessions. And then 2 deadlines here. So as you know, we have an on-site conference, and we would like to invite some of you, depending on our resources, to the on-site conference. So that's an extra event that is happening after this capacity building program is over, in a way. So who do we invite, right? So we want you to have a clear idea from the very beginning. We introduced this during the welcome session. Today, we want to remind you again. So the successful participation and active participation in 4 webinars, and then 2 peer-to-peer sessions, and then 2 action learning phase sessions, the feedback session and the check-in session. So some of you might be wondering, if you didn't, join the session live, the self-learning sessions, what do you do, right? We recorded the session. So if you couldn't join live, that's still okay. Please do watch the video from the e-learning platform. And if you still have any issues with logging in, please do reach out to my colleague Angie. She will help you with that. And then, of course, a big chunk of the attention goes to successful completion of the pair assignment, innovative teaching practice. We are currently working on pairing you in the most, equal and inclusive way possible. And we will be sharing that with you by next peer-to-peer session. And we will be evaluating the quality and strength of your designed innovative teaching practice, and then we'll make a decision based on your participation throughout the program. And then during September, early September, we will send out the invitation to the selected ones. And with that, let's get to know our exercise for ice breaking for today's session. So we will do something called 1, 2, 3 impact activity. What is the impact activity? So this is a pedagogical reflection tool. It's very simple, but it really helps you reflect on what you were doing in terms of your teaching and learning in your classroom and in general with your students. Some of you who have participated in our last school collaboration might know this, but please still pay attention. So you start with 3 sentences or 3 words. So you can either choose sentences or word and stick to that. So throughout, if you chose sentence for the first one, choose sentence for the next one and next one as well. If you choose word, stick to just word. And the first one will be, how do you want your student to feel? As an educator, as a teacher, what is your goal? How do you value your student? How do you want them to feel about you, about your teaching? So that's your first 3 sentences or 3 words. And then the next one is about your students. How do you want your students to describe in their own words your teaching? Let's say during an episode of your teaching, you were, for example, let's say if Rekha and I, we are your teacher today, which we are not. So if you were our students, then how would we want you to describe this session? We want engaging, creative, hopefully fun, and then relevant and useful. So you can decide. It's totally up to you. And finally, 1 sentence or 1 word that describes the most important outcome for your students from your teaching. And the final one is very, very crucial. And we would request you to remember this throughout the phase when you work on your innovative teaching practice. So please try to pay attention and try to, be reflective when you are doing this exercise. Currently, we have 65 participants. I'm wondering if we give just 1 more minute so that we have more participants. Do you think that's a good idea?
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Also, I would encourage everyone to take a quick photo of this slide now so that you will remember the questions, because we will have quite many breakout rooms. Not sure we can post it to each and every one of them.
Yeah. And as we are taking a minute, if you have any questions, anything is unclear, please feel free to ask now, then we can clarify.
Yeah, maybe let's look around. Do we see any hands raised? Any questions at this point of time?
If you have issue with audio, you can also type in the chat box. Yes,
Yeah.
we do see some participants is still coming in. So,
okay, then I would suggest, Jyoti, you start working on the breakout rooms. And then our dear teachers, participants, take note of these questions for the ice-breaking activity. We hope this will help you to get to know each other a little bit better. We will have 20 minutes for the first breakout room discussion.
We are opening the breakout room now. In each group, you have 4 to 5. So please make sure that everybody get a chance to speak. Yeah.
But before we open, Pilar has a quick question. Pilar, the floor is yours.
Hello, sorry, I didn't quite understand what do we have to do with the words. Do we write down in the chat box or we share them with the other students?
Perfect. Thank you, Pilar. So during the breakout room, in each room, there will be 4 to 5 participants. So you talk to each other. So you take turn. Yeah, you take this in the beginning. What we usually find useful is like you nominate someone or take lead, so then you can navigate through. And if you could record it, it would be great. If you could record the session. So I'm opening the room now. Good luck, and we will see you there. We'll try to visit some of the rooms.
Thank you. Have nice discussions. Welcome back, everyone, to the main session. I hope you got to know some of your peers here in the group. Is there someone who we could invite to share your experience? How did you feel? What was the most interesting thing that you learned about your fellow teachers in the group? Someone, feel free to raise your hand. Yes, okay. First Susanna, and then Chulu.
Yeah.
Susanna.
Hi, everyone. It was really nice to have a chance to here from teachers from different countries. We had really similar goals, you know, similar answers, and that's really nice, even though we are geographically so across the world. It was interesting to hear we had the same visions, very similar visions. The other thing that I thought it was interesting was the number of students per class. We had a teacher from Malaysia, and some of the classes have 50 students, and I thought that's, you know, to me that would be quite challenging in New Zealand in terms of hands-on things. So I really appreciate seeing different perspectives and similarities. Thank you.
Lovely, thanks for sharing. Now, next Chulun, and then Tito, please prepare.
Yes, it was lovely to talk with the teachers from different countries, and also, yeah, our outcomes from the classroom is different but very interesting. And some of us are thinking about reflection, about students' reflection, and others about passion, and also knowledge and safe environment of the learning. It was very nice. And also we have left some time before, after we finished introducing that, answering those questions, and we talked about our summer holidays, and some of us on summer holidays, some of us still working. It was very interesting and kind of nice. Okay, thank you for these opportunities to sharing, knowing others as well.
Lovely, thank you so much for sharing. So Tito from Portugal, and then Pilar from Spain.
Okay, the group was very nice too. We talk about different but similar things, but the areas of the teachers are different. We have in the most area was the teaching of English, but was very nice because we share coincident ideas, and was a very good talk. We have talked about everything you have said, and was very nice. Thank you for this share. Okay.
Thank you for sharing, Tito. Now Pilar from Spain, and then Luftunisa from Bangladesh.
Hello. I was very happy to be in the room with people that we all share the same word, engage. Like we all want our students to be engaged in the class, yes, and feel challenged. But we also find quite frustrating not getting our students, not getting the way to get them to do the right use of all the information they have. They have a lot of information, but they don't seem to want to work with that information. And we are finding sometimes just copy and paste results we are not very happy about. So we're talking about how to work in this problem, like telling our students to use that information and to create something of their own. Yes, not something just other people said. Thank you.
Lovely, thank you, Pilar. Luftunisa, and then Anna from Finland.
Thank you for giving me the chance to say something. Actually, it's a nice experience. It was amazing. We have the opportunity to meet different countries' teachers. We are teachers in different countries, so we share something. Some schools are closed and some are open. My school also open. So we teacher our goal is same, but we are working in different countries. It was amazing. Another thing is that some are from girls' school, some are from combined school. But we know AI because it's interesting things. We want to implement AI in our education. So I'm really happy to give me a chance to join this program. Thank you.
Lovely, that's great to hear. Thank you, Anna, and then Luciana from Indonesia is the last one.
We were all from Europe. All the participants in my group were from Europe, and all of us taught either languages or science. we had a very interesting discussion. We were very we agreed on most of the things. We want to motivate our students, and we want to inspire them and encourage them to learn more and such things. We are trying to be innovative in our class, and we want to what did I write down? The outcome, yeah, confidence and critical thinking was also mentioned. And then we also discussed the consequences of the pandemic and the mental health issues because of the pandemic. It was a very interesting discussion. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Anna. And then the last one, Luciana from Indonesia. I'm so sorry, I see many hands, but our time is limited.
Okay, thank you. It is very fun actually. In the group chat, we are talking about the weather actually in our country and in their country. We come from Europe and Asia, so it is very interesting to know about their side, about how AI influences student, and how we talk about how we should do about the AI when student cheating. So I think we have to figure it how we should act with this kind of AI. So it is very engaging session in our group, and we also talk about our place, where we come from, and then what the weather is like, what kind of place we live. So I think it's very interesting. Thank you, everyone.
Lovely. Thank you for sharing. And then now it's back to Jyoti to introduce you to the next exercise.
Yes, thank you, Rekha, and thank you so much. It's really lovely to see such, lively, interactive, interaction from your side. So thank you so much for that. And although we couldn't hear from all of you, if you still would like to share your thoughts, please feel free to use the chat box and you can send your thoughts to everyone. And now, as you know, a part of today's session is about deepening your knowledge from the thematic lessons from the webinars. So for this, we want you to reflect on 3 key takeaways, and please discuss them with your peers. 3 key takeaways on artificial intelligence and education, and artificial intelligence in education tools. So AI refers to the tools, application of AI. The other one is anything and everything AI. And then you can briefly share if they have enhanced or will enhance your pedagogical practices. And then how do you plan to use the insights you have gained during designing your innovative teaching practice in a pair? So that's it. With that, I'm opening the breakout rooms. You have for this one 15 minutes. Yeah.
You might meet someone who you met in the previous one, but this is randomly allocated. So you might meet new people. In this case, don't forget to introduce yourself as well.
Yes. So with that, 1, 2, 3, and now they're open.
15 minutes. See you soon.
So when our peers are coming back, maybe those of you who are already here, if you would like to share, so please prepare your thoughts and raise your hand. Maybe we give opportunities to new participants. Those of you who spoke earlier, maybe we give new participants opportunity to speak up this time. Yes.
So all rooms are closed now. Welcome back here. Are there any volunteers who would like to share their experience from this round? Hands in the air. Luisa from Romania first.
Thank you, ladies. So nice to meet everybody and to meet you, Jyoti and Rekha. Yes. So thank you. You are the organizers, and you did everything for us to ensure here qualitative learning and a respectful atmosphere. Well, in the second breakout room, I was with 3 wonderful ladies, Melinda from Hungary, Christine from Greece, and Carolina from Croatia. And first we shared something about our work environment, working environment, the schools where we teach, what levels we teach, what our problems are, how we engage with our students, the students' preoccupations, our students' preoccupations, and how we envisage the future with regard to the changes in education. And of course, we came to the use of artificial intelligence, and we decided that the thematic webinars, which we liked most, were I said the first one, and I think Christine and Carolina and Melinda agreed for the last one, the guy from Singapore, which gave us some practical ideas with regard to the use of AI in activities for students. And then we had an interesting discussion about ethical aspects, moral aspects with regard to using artificial intelligence and how we can tackle them so as to have, learning which should ensure responsibility at the same time on the part of the students. And we thought of a possible topic for our future collaboration, which should be called something like pedagogical tools for assessment using AI, pedagogical tools for using assessment in the classroom, or for proper assessment in the classroom using artificial intelligence, and that we should engage students and ask them to contribute with designing interesting materials, but not before considering very seriously the moral aspects of using AI.
Lovely.
I myself,
yeah, lovely. Thinking already forward what you could do.
Okay,
Very nice. Thank you so much, Luisa. Next, Tan Simin from Malaysia, and then Juan, please prepare.
Yeah, if you could keep it short, Tan Simin, that would be great.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so in my group, we have Chuka from Mongolia, Christian from Germany, and Juan from Spain. So we all agree that we like the webinar that taught us through the challenges and the danger and the ethical issues related to using AI in education, in which Chris also mentioned that in Europe, teachers are not allowed to explicitly teach students how to use ChatGPT because of the ethical data protection issue in Europe. So that really opens my mind because this is not extensively discussed in Malaysia yet. So I would like to see how it goes when we want to use AI for long term in our education system. Thank you.
Lovely, thank you so much. Juan, quick comment, please, and then Karen from New Zealand, and Yuching will be the last one. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, I went in the same group that Tan, and I only would like to add that I was very worried about my English, although I am very motivated with the topic. And now I am very happy to be in this course. I am teaching in artificial intelligence, so it is a big challenge for me, and I receive a lot of information related to the topic. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Juan. Don't worry about English. Everyone is very friendly and helpful here. And if you do AI, everyone will be very happy to be in one pair with you for the innovative teaching project. And then Yuching for last one. And so sorry about that. I see many hands, really appreciate it. Oh, sorry, Karen and then Yuching. Yeah, please use the chat as well.
Okay, well, just very quickly, we talked about how we had some success in AI tools in the classroom, but from the webinars in particular, we had learned to be very critical and careful about those tools that we're using, and to not forget what our role is as teachers, in particular when we're engaging with these new tools, to be very careful about that techno-solutionism that Wayne talked about, that the tool isn't just a solution looking for a problem, but that it addresses an actual pedagogical need that we have, and about issues around data privacy, etc. To not compromise ethics to the detriment of our students in ways that aren't immediately obvious, I think.
Lovely comments reminding us on the cause again. First the problem, then the tool and the solution. Yuching.
Hi, thank you. Yeah, I'm very happy to find out that mostly all of us are very concerned about the ethical issues in employing AI. I guess that's a very good starting point, either from our webinars or until now, right? So we agree on the ethical, technological, technological and pedagogical potentials of AI. We're embracing AI. I think that's very cool. But when we talk about what do we plan to integrate? How do we plan to integrate and incorporate these new technologies? I found out that most of us can only think about how to replace existing teaching a process with maybe just maybe replicating the same process a little bit faster and better, so that the whole thing is easier, but we don't actually create any new teaching material or pedagogical practices. So that's we're very eager to find out how AI can help us achieve that, because mostly we're still in the original box doing the same thing, but with slightly better and faster tools, but still we don't see what's the absolute new inventions from there. So
yeah. Lovely,
guess
very good discussion topic. So as we embark on the creative phase of the project, we hope that you will be able to brainstorm about such solutions. And thank you so much for the comment also from Dagmar, Estonia, Elisa from Portugal, Dana from Spain, and Tito from Portugal on the chat. Feel free to reply to them as well. So sorry, no more time for questions, but it's over to Jyoti to tell you what's next.
Thank you so much. Now from your conversation, we get to see that it was not only an opportunity for ice breaking in terms of getting to know each other, but a little bit with ideation as well. So thank you so much for that. And now you have a free week, so yay. And so hope that you can use this free week to catch up with the webinar materials, reading list, and also some of the exercises as well. So the next one will be a very short exercise. It's called identity envelope exercise, where you will use 3 of your photos to introduce yourself, your core values as an individual and as an advocate for artificial intelligence in education. The details, information, how to do the exercise, what this is about, it's already there in the link if you click here. I think my colleague Angie, she's posting it in the chat box. Also, it's available on the e-learning platform, so you have it everywhere. And then we will have the next session, the peer-to-peer session on Thursday, 27 July. So with that, enjoy the free week with reading materials. And we have the slide and we will share it with you. We don't have the time to explain it further. However, if you have any questions on the identity envelope exercise, feel free to send us an email or read the guidelines and the exercise on Formstack clearly.
Yeah, so basically consider this as a small homework. Yes. For next week, we kindly ask each of you to do an identity envelope for us. Yes. We will use this in the upcoming sessions. You will find information how to do that and what is this and the links that Jyoti shared. So this is the homework for next week. Yeah. And then we see you again on the 27th of July.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So exactly, it will give you an opportunity to learn about your peers. And also we thought, you give your students homework, so you get to experience the same as part of this project. So just one. So thank you so much. With that, we wish you all the best with the exercise and see you for the next peer-to-peer session. Thank you.
If you have any questions, Jyoti will be here and feel free to ask now. Thank you so much.
Thank you both.
Thank
you.
Thank
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.